So again, looking at the data explosion type of. Let me just go back here. So traditionally, we've kind of had the three types of devices. Standard handsets. What you can see on the bottom right is very limited use of data, really SMS kind of traffic, and some limited amount of downloading of information over 1x. When you get to kind of PDA type of devices, again, you take a notch up on the data utilization, and then again even more when you look at data cards hooked up to PC. So whether it's an integrated CDMA DO chipset in your computer, or devices along those lines that toggled or tethered to your phone. I mean, that's when the data rates climb quite heavy. And so again, you can see on the right on the distribution is I'll walk over there, but I want to again, the majority of our phones right now are still standard phones, and this is kind of a worldwide look. And but the PDA and data cards and so forth are a substantial piece. But now, again, we're starting to see smartphones, and I think this 1% is probably dated by this point. But again, the whole point is that when you look at how data on the smartphone is being used, it actually looks like a data card on a laptop and so forth. So this is the same level of utilization as a laptop, yet is used as a kind of a traditional kind of standard handset and so forth. So it's basically a new category of device. Again, when you look at iPhone or an Android type of device versus a kind of a standard use a competition type of thing, but other type of smartphone devices where it's more of an email kind of productivity tool within an office environment. So again, so we continue to see quite a bit of data utilization kind of exploding on the network. And again, when we look at mobile data ranges and usage and so forth, actually I think this is probably conservative when it says that usage would range from 20 to 40% of revenue. I actually think it might be higher as we get closer up to 2014 to 2015. So what do we? Sorry.
Previous slide. Do those have to? How do you view those numbers? The 1, 15, 14. Do they have to add up to 100 or?
Right. So I mean, taking this part away from it for right now, but yeah, they're all supposed to be normalized to just 100. So that's all it is. I mean, I didn't redo the numbers presented in the smartphone piece, which I could have done, but but again, it's just to give you kind of a sense from a signaling and bearer standpoint what.
How I mean is, how do you view those numbers? You have 1, 15, 14. What is the reference? Like if they add up to 100, there's a reference saying, okay,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to conceptualize what you have there.
Well, I think this is just again, I wouldn't try to necessarily draw it directly to these charts, but I think it's supposed to be forget about 1 relative to this. It's not 100 going into here, but 15 has to do with signaling, and 14 has to do with bearer relative. So I'll talk to you offline.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, did you hear him, Vijay? He said that he added the smartphone numbers, but did not incorporate the numbers into the top table,
Right.
So that it would add up to 100.
Right. I should have when I brought in the smartphone, I should have redone the top table. I just didn't do it. So, but again, I'll talk to you about the details later. So.
I think that's that's a really good traffic percent. I haven't seen one like this.
Yeah, exactly.
It really shows you where the relative difference is on device.
Yeah, and again, what's driving, as we look at kind of the evolution at a high level of what's driving, multi-carrier DO and Rev B and then DO advanced into the future, is again what we're seeing on those previous two charts. Just the kind of the younger generation utilizing the network much more heavily than I think anybody anticipated, and driving data demand, and taxing the network at a rate where, again, we always talked about it a number 2, 3, 4 years ago when it was going to happen, and now it is definitely here, and we can see that it wasn't kind of a single application. It was really just more the device and the experience is really what did it. So Rev A and onto that DO Rev B and so forth allow a user experience that really opens the door to a lot of these application. So again, I'm not going into detail on this because I think Joe covered it, but again, we look at the different, and actually Kathleen on spectrum and efficiencies and the different data rates and so forth of the different kind of technologies that are coming down the pipe. These are all meant to kind of address the data explosion and so forth, and LTE, and I'll use the WiMAX 2 in that category within our different types of 4G kind of technologies that are out there to kind of complement the existing data networks that a lot of operators already have. So that's really the end of my network. My CDMA is again, from an overall advertisement. We're basically kind of around the world and big CDMA proponent. So thank you.